Pum pum pum. Pum pum pum. Pum pum pum. The Patreon banner is broken. I tried to contact the creator, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we can find another. Okay, so let me go live. Hello everyone, good evening, good afternoon, welcome to another stream of Plane Shift, the oldest MMO in existence. Well, that's not really true, but one of the oldest, let's call it, right? One of the oldest MMO in existence. One of the oldest. Oh yeah. We're not afraid to be old, you know, it's fine. Yeah, so what do we want to do? So the functionality of our panel seems to be kind of working. Okay, I also tested a bit the consumption, and now the consumption is correct, so it goes down. You can see the city going down. There is just a weird thing happening with the citizens. The citizens go to a kind of an infinite number, to 42,000. I don't know why, but that's not a big deal. I mean, it's fine. I will fix it. It's a minor thing, right? When it's decaying from yeah, from one tier. I mean, we can test it if you want, right? Is an easy test. Yeah, let's test it a second, but it's fairly easy to test. There is something stupid going on with this calculation, and the way to test it is to change hospitality to 1, to add a new line here, which is a CT1 tier 1 category 2 consumption 0.1. I mean, I know it by heart now. Start this, weigh the decay, and see what happens to the citizens. Okay. But it seems that, yeah, that is somehow. I think we are probably getting a -1, right? Ah, yes, for sure we are getting a -1. No, wait. Infrastructure, because this is 1, -1, 0. No, we're getting 0, 0, 0. In theory, we should get 0, 0, 0. One CTC. Ah, wait. Ah, it's for this reason. Okay, this should never be written, right? This is what we said. This should never be. Okay, I know exactly what is happening. I know exactly what is happening. I know exactly what is happening. So the problem is that we are writing in this table, right? CT info. While we should not. We should not. Exactly. So this is never. This should never happen. We never write down happiness and citizens because we recalculate it all the time. Exactly. Okay. I think this is already fixed then. I know exactly what is happening, boys. I know exactly. The ancestor. What is the ancestor? Bam bam ba bam ba bam bam bam. Boom boom boom. The ancestor? Ancestor of what? Okay. I mean, we can test it if we want, but yeah, we can test it. It's a very easy test. It's a very easy test. The only thing we want to see that when we execute the tier change, nothing changes in the database, and our citizens go back from 550 to 500, something like that, right? The Moldor beyond the net, yes, the ancestor, exactly, the original. The original one. I mean, obviously there are more, right? So, I mean, if you take the Elder Scrolls series like Daggerfall that we were looking the other day, but it was a single player anyway. I mean, we really didn't invent anything, but I know that. But what is going on? Ah, it's still loading. Server is still loading. Okay, loaded now. Loaded now. Did the real ancestor roguelike in text mode? Yeah, exactly. You know that I played. I still have some mod client. Maybe not on this PC, but I had a mod client. They are still up. Certain textual mod are still up. You can still play them, right? It's incredible. Okay, so what we want to see, bro? Citizen 4289. What the fuck? I didn't commit. I didn't commit. Shit. Wait. We cannot do this. We cannot do this. I didn't commit. GG. GG. Okay. Now. I sometimes, you know, I look at those multi-user dungeons and I play them again. I played them like 2 years ago, probably. I played one just for fun, you know. There are still a lot. They are still existing. If you search multi-user dungeon, there are still. You know, 33. Yeah, exactly. They are still there, right? They are still there. They are still there. There are some clients that you can download. Moodle. Yeah, I remember a few. Yeah, they're still there. They're still. I mean, obviously, maybe not many people are playing, but. Okay, so what we want to see? We want to see that the citizens are 550 or whatever they are for the first level of hospitality, right? Yeah, 500. The happiness 56, right? It's under the happiness actually. It's under the happiness 56, but we can. Yeah, but that's fine. We can wait that this decays and this goes down, and then we can do the same with infrastructure if you want. Yeah, you see that this went down and this properly. Yeah, so this works now, and this okay, fine. I don't want to spend any more time on this. So now the work we want to do. Have you already tested a Dwarf Fortress? What is it, a game or MUD Dwarf Fortress? No. I don't know about it. Okay. So now what we need to think about is are the benefits, right? The benefits. Ha. The benefits. So this one is not an easy one, right? Because basically now that that window works and I can provide materials, I don't want to provide materials just to provide materials, but I want to provide materials to get a sort of a bonus, right? And this bonus must be, in theory, different by city, but I think doing it different by city is, the present time, a bit too much, right? So I think that we will keep it the same for all the cities for now, right? But yeah, that is the idea: produce, deploy, or have a or anyway have a bonus in a radius, right, around around the actual city, like in the 4 sectors around the city. Now it can be more than that. You know what is the problem that I'm thinking? Is that how does the player know, right? How does the player know that those bonuses are actually in effect, right? How does the player know? Oh my God, I'm thinking something that I don't know if I want to think about it. I'm thinking that we need a way to visualize the bonuses, right? And I'm fine that the bonuses are part of the city screen, right? But and you have a bit of information, right? The tier 1 is this, the tier 2 is this, but how do you see those bonuses when you are in game, right? So that's the problem. I mean, it should be connected to the sector. But what I'm thinking is that we need probably a window to show that. Why is it so slow? What is going on? Is the connection slow or what? Do we have something running? No. My PC particularly slow today or what? Because the problem is that when you are in game, right? When you are in game, I mean, we can make a summary screen, right? I mean, the easiest will be to add a new tab here that is summarizing, you know, the additional bonuses that you have. In theory, you can also see it from the active effects, right? You can also see it here from the active effects, but I think it's a bit harder to see. I mean, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to show it there. I think it's. Should we add a city bonuses here? Or city? We can add a city. We can add a city. Oh wow, beautiful icons, by the way. These were commissions, huh? Yeah, if you commission stuff, usually you get good materials. Well, sometimes. What do you think? Is it a good idea? What about another visual effect in the flipper look of the game? What is the flipper look? A little new icon up, you can see your bonus with the mouse. You mean in this view? In the character view? In this view? Or where? I'm thinking to have like a city bonuses here. Because this one is called skills, right? But actually, because under character is not really. I mean, here I cannot fit anything else, right? So yeah, we can have a button like we have mail, right? But we can have mail, but. But here is basically where you see all your already all your bonuses, right? So if you have an armor or a weapon that is giving you a bonus, you will see it here in parentheses. So this is where you see all the bonuses and all the things that you can do and all the factions. I think we can add another tab that is called city and applies up, left, middle with special color. You mean here in this menu? In the top menu. I don't know if I want to have another icon. But yes, there could also be a place. Yes, could also be in theory is under character, because it's something that this menu is divided in character, socials, and others, right? And this one is basically what do you mean? Wait a second, the guy is writing me that it was a PO. On monitor where person disappears when the buff disappears. You mean yes, that could also be a possibility, but you know, city bonuses, you can have like 20 city bonuses, right? Or, well, not 20, but you can have one bonus for hospitality, one bonus for fate, one bonus for agriculture, one bonus for education, right? So you can have like 6 different bonuses, and maybe even the tiers are creating new bonuses, right? So I think it needs an explanation. It needs a kind of a page, right? I mean, if you just make an icon, I understand what you're saying, but if you just make an icon that is floating here somewhere, the icon will not tell you anything. You will have any way to click it and then to open a window, because it will be an explanation, right? It needs to be like 10 lines of text. So I think the easiest will be to add a panel here that is called city. CT, I don't know if he's CT actually, but because in theory you can also have it in other. We can call it bonuses or something like that. We can call it bonuses. I think the easiest will be in this window. Or in this window, right? But in this window, like for example, if you cast I don't know, strength, right? If you cast the strength, right, then you see the effect here with the duration. But it's a bit of a different thing, right? Because this one is a temporary effect. You can read the bonus with the mouse. Yeah, but if it's 10 lines, right? I mean, the bonus is something like this. Look, the bonus is something like this. You know, permanent benefit from a deity. Lungs will grant you coin and pottery, maybe bonus while mining. So it's too long, right? It cannot be just a mouse over one line. It needs to be longer than that. And again, you can have maybe 10 of these bonuses, right? Depending on the region. So and also I would like to explain it a bit. Right? Like why? To me, it is the best place. To me, it is the best place and also the easiest. And also the easiest to add. I can add it very easily. The problem is that we need to define these bonuses, guys. We have to do it now. I mean, there is no more waiting, right? Convert to table. What is this thing doing? Change column type. Help keep your data structure by setting column types to dates, people, chips, drop down, and more. Create custom view. Group rows by selected value and create filter view. Oh wow. Number, text, date, drop down. Interesting. Okay, we need to decide the bonuses, guys. There is no more waiting. No more waiting. Okay, some idea that I had here was infrastructure and trade could improve the movement, right? In the area surrounding the city by 20% and 30% while mounted. That would be very cool, actually. Don't know if that's easy to do, but like if there are better, like if there are better roads, right? How long does this bonus stay? The bonus stay until the tier decays, right? So there is a decay rate. We have to decide the decay rate, but I would say it can stay probably a week. I think probably a week. I think that the decay of the level, right, between one tier and the next tier could be 1 week. So like if you don't do anything, right? If you don't do anything, like in 3 weeks, you go from tier 3 to tier 0. The only problem is if we want all of them to decay at the same time, or if we want some of them to decay right, so the decay speed, we need to think about it, right? I don't know what is the decay speed actually. I don't know what is the decay speed. I have to think about it. But roughly I would say 1 week. That's my idea. Okay, let's think two more ideas, guys. I need your help. I need your help to think different, to think about different ideas, okay? We can also ask ChatGPT. Let's ask again ChatGPT. I think we asked already. But and he already gave a number of ideas. But we can restart now that we have all the descriptions, right? Now that we have all the descriptions, now we have everything. I think we can restart a new. Hi, I'm the maker of Plane Shift RPG MMO, and I'm adding a new functionality. About city management. Each city has 6 main areas where the players can contribute materials to. These are, and we have them all somewhere. Where do we have all the descriptions? All the descriptions, I think we have them in the data table, no? But we loaded it through, Excel. Exactly, we have them here. What can be the Talat blessing? I was thinking like additional magic power. If I paste it like this, oh fuck. I don't know why it's typing all of this. I don't care what you're saying. Now, for each category, I need to define. What the bonuses can be. So what benefits the players will have in game after boosting a city area. Each area has 3 tiers. So ChatGPT is saying infrastructure and trade, travel cost between cities reduced by 10%. This marketplace has slightly more goods. Trade goods generate more income, plus 10 sell price, faster transport for player, caravans or boats are quicker. I think we said already that we would like under infrastructure to have additional players or locations, right? Which is pretty much that. And I mean, obviously these ideas, I mean, they need to be meaningful in our world, right? Unlock special trade caravans with rare item, global reputation for city boost and PC merchant discount to attract vendors. I mean, in these ideas, there is nothing new that we didn't think about already, right? Hospitality service. Inn and tavern offers small buffs. Example, +5 health, manager regeneration for 15 minutes after rest. I think this would be very nice. I just don't know how to do it. But this would be very nice, actually. I don't know how to do it. But that is a good idea. I like it. Entertainment venue unlock special minigame or event, resting restore bonus, stamina and morale. I think resting, guys, do you think we should add resting to the game? I mean, we don't have a way to rest right today. We don't have a way to rest. But I think it would be cool to have to be able to rest. So that you close your eyes, you know, for I don't know how much, right? And you get a bonus. But maybe you get a bonus only if, right? Only if the tavern actually is providing, only if the city is boosted, right? And only when you rest at the tavern. I think I would like to have resting. I would like to be able to click, you know, on one of the beds and sleep. I really would like to do it. Come on. Why? Now, unfortunately, this tavern has been made millions years ago and is super small, right? We will have one day. We will have to change this tavern somehow, but also I would like to have openable doors, a door that you can open and close. Right at the moment, like this door is always closed. What's behind this door, by the way? Nothing. It's a fake door. Okay. No, but yeah, we will have to make this thing bigger. But the idea is that you go here, right? You go here, you right click on the bed and you rest, right? I think we absolutely need this. And we can do it without changing this object because we can actually add we can actually add an action location, right? That you can right click. At the moment I'm clicking on my character, but you could click on the bed, right? And by the way, beautiful tapestry. Look at this. Look at the quality of this tapestry, my boys. The texture upgrade really helped. Huh? Look at the quality of this. Fantastic. But yeah, I would like to click on one of these beds and actually go to sleep. Now, I think sleeping will be like accelerated. So like the screen will become black. You will probably close your eyes, right? And I don't know if your character will actually sleep. Will actually be in the bed or not. But probably not. Probably we just stand like I'm standing now, because we at least at the beginning, right? Maybe we will do something smarter in the future. But at the moment, I think that huh? Oh fuck. Yeah, closing your eyes like that, right? I think you will see the eye. I think we can reuse the same. We can reuse the same animation. So we can close the eyes, right? We can close the eyes and go to sleep. And then if you go to sleep, depending on the time that you remain sleeping, you may regain maybe the sleeping screen just as this thing on. Now, can you also sleep outside? I think you can also sleep outside. I need a poll. I need a poll. I need a poll for this. I want to ask what people think. Because true is not real time, right? But it can be fake real time. It can be fake real time. And we can implement it specifically in taverns. Let me open a poll. I would say should we have a rest function in game? Basically, in taverns you will be able to click on a bed and rest. Your eyes will close. You will see a black screen only with your mana, let's say, with your HP, mana, and stamina regenerating, right? The time will be shortened, obviously, for obvious reason, right? The longer you rest, the more you recover. Yes, only in taverns. Yes. In taverns, and I think also outside somewhere, right? In outdoors, if you have a sleeping bag, but bonuses. Okay. Or we can say no. I'm thinking to add a rest functionality which will be connected to the bonuses city may give to players, like if the city has better inns, has better taverns, it may provide a temporary boost when you rest, but for that we need a rest functionality. Okay, I send the poll. I send the poll in polls, right? To me, I would say yes in taverns and outdoor if you have a sleeping bag. That would be my vote. Everyone is voting the same at the moment. I think would be nice, guys. I think would be nice. I don't know, I think it feels every RPG that I played, you know, resting is always a thing, and I think is correct, right? So it's correct that your character sometimes sleeps, right? It makes the game feel more real somehow, right? I think it adds a level of realism to that. I think it does. What do you think? Because then, you know, this one will be kind of easy, right? We could yeah, that would be kind of easier, right? Other benefits, for example, could be that the potions sold by the taverns are actually better, right? Or anyway, they provide more. I don't know if I want the tavern to actually sell different potions, or if I want the same potion to have a boost. Tavern drinks and food giving more bonuses, right? Hello, Wild Art. Okay. Let me see what it says for craft and manufacturing. Local crafting station gives slightly speed or material efficiency boost. Yes. This one we said already, right? This one we said already. We said reduce level skill requirement, access to better crafting tools, improve the speed of crafting. This could all be it could be also improve the skill quality, right? Access to better craft. I don't know about this one, you know, but improved quality result, I would say. Chance for crafter gear to gain a minor bonus stat of effect. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's an interesting one. Oh wow, that is a very interesting one. Because we could do it actually. Oh wow. Like tier 3, right? Like tier 3, when you are crafting when you are crafting an armor, he randomly gets a bonus, or maybe he gets a bonus based on a predefined list. Ah, that's a very good one. I really like it. I really, really like it. I really like it. I really, really like it. I think he has a million possibilities. Now, he has more possibility on weapons, because weapons already have modifiers, weapons and armor. But he may also have a bonus on... Yeah. He may also have a bonus like on cooking or herbalism or other stuff, right? Now, I think it would be very nice if we provide, you know, improved 3D meshes for crafting stations, right? For crafting stations in cities that are boosted. That would be very nice, right? So you see like a simple preparation table in a city that is at 0 boosting. And then you see a very fancy table for a city that is at tier 3, right? Okay. Master Crafter appearing offer legendary commission, major boost to item quality and enhance success rate in the city. I think, I mean, I'm not thinking to this, but this made me think to something else. So, I think in all these categories, we may have additional recurring quests, right? So if we have a repeatable quest and repeatable dailies in the cities that are boosted, right, you get additional dailies or different dailies. $450, $300. What is that, Ulla? Can you explain things sometimes? How can I understand a $450, $300? Is that a puzzle, a riddle, or what? So I think for all these ones, we could have one of the benefit could be additional repeatable daily quests, right? And anyway, I think I absolutely want a city billboard. No, you call it bulletin board or whatever, where people are posting requests, right? I think we have to do this. I mean, we miss it. We always missed it. And it's always been a problem. And repeatable quests are annoying because you have to find the guy. You never know if the guy will give it to you. And I think we need a kind of a billboard where you get, or we can do it at shops, right? So every shop can have, every major shop or any major, you know, area where there is a demand of something should have a kind of a billboard. I mean, it's so strange not to have one, right? So I don't know, how do you call it? Quest, yeah, exactly, right? So I think it's pretty normal, right, for medieval times to have a board where you put requests, right? Because people don't really go and speak with every NPC every day, right? It's not that you are going... You can make better than 300, 300. Ah, okay. I see what you mean. Above 300, no, above 300, I think is gonna break the game. I can put it in the list as an idea, right? Here, these are only ideas, right? These are only ideas. Nothing is approved. So I can still put it in, right? I can still put it in. Increase max quality of items by X%, right? Example 320, right? I don't know if he breaks the formulas, because a lot of our formulas are based on 300, right? And I don't know what happens if you go 320. But I think there is a kind of a similar to this one, right? Similar to this one. So improved quality results, so that instead of, maybe you are crafting and the mathematical result is quality 120, right? Thanks to the city boost, you get 20% more or something, or 10% more, right? So I think we can do that. I think I would prefer to do this instead of this. I would prefer to do the percentage bonus on your result, still capped to 300 and going above 300, because I don't know what happens with all our formulas, right? If we go above 300, I think we may break it, right? But the question is, so yeah, so basically what I want to say, maybe not here, so where is the additional recurring quest, right? Additional repeatable quest. The problem of the additional repeatable quest is that, for example, if you put it under agriculture, right, you can say, oh, there are additional quests related to agriculture, and people are NPC are asking you to bring materials for money and for experience, but this means that we need to have at least one NPC for each of these 6 areas in each city, right? Otherwise it will not work. Doesn't need to be better than 300, but she can have a special thing like with magical stones. Yeah, so like a special magic effect. Yeah, this is here. Special magic effect is here. Yeah, we said that. So one thing that may happen, right, like here, religious services, right? So here, for example, we can say that there are more generated events, right? More generated events for shrines, for appearing shrines. I think it could be some more repeatable quest. How is that item called? It's called a billboard or what? I always forget to name this thing. Quest board? He has a name, right? Notice board? Maybe notice board. Yeah, notice board or quest board. I think quest board was looking... Yeah, something like that, right? Hmm. Hmm. I have another poll actually. The other poll would be if we want to have a kind of a quest board, right? No, I cannot paste it. Why? I cannot add a picture to a poll. That's very annoying. Okay, anyway. Does the bonus only work within the city area? If not, do different bonus from the? I would like to have the. I would like to have an influence around the city. So if this is the city, right, and the city, let's say that this is Ojaveda, right? This is Ojaveda, and the Ojaveda city is big like this, but the Ojaveda sector is like this. And then there is Ojaveda Desert, and then there is Ojaveda Path, and then there is Raurim South, right? Maybe the city, right, will have influence on all these sectors. So we will define a mapping. I think it's not only within the city, is a fairly big amount of land around it. I don't know yet how big, right? I don't know yet how big, but I think it should be defined, right? It should be, and it must be by sector. Luckily, our map, I mean, pretty much all of our map is divided in sectors, so I can do that very easily, right? And the sectors are pretty much square, right? It's not always true, but it's mostly true, right? So this means that I can easily, so it's really a grid, right? It's really a grid. So wherever is the city, I can choose. So if the city is here, I can choose, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I don't know, maybe then the angle will look weird because it's not. So probably the best would be to choose 9, right? I think 9 may be a bit too much though, because 9 sectors is really a lot. It's like so, but I would like definitely to be outside of the city. I would like to do it by sector because it's so much simpler for me instead of doing it by distance, right? But in theory, we can also do it by distance if we really want, right? We could calculate the distance every 10 seconds, whatever, right? We could have a circle around you that is continuously pumping, boom, 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 right? And it's continuously calculating. It's continuously calculating where you are compared to the city, and give you the bonus or not, right? I mean, it will feel a bit weird because at a certain point you go out of that area, but it's okay as long as we have a way to display it, right? You can see if you have the bonus or not. And it is a kind of another discussion, right? We need a way somewhere, and I'm thinking to put it here, right? City bonuses, to put a new tab, city bonuses, and you will see it here. Yes or no if you have it, right? Maybe at the end I will do it this way. Maybe at the end I will do it by distance, actually. Because I can pump the bonus, or I can just calculate it on the fly. And anyway, the way I calculate it, I will think about it later. Now we really need to think about what are the bonuses, right? What are the bonuses? I think more repeatable quests through the billboard. If the city is evolved enough, I think would be nice. But I don't know, that's just an idea. This guy is saying Mastercrafter appear offering legendary commissions. I don't know. Religious services, small passive buffs while in the city. Small passive buffs. Yeah, we said that already, right? So we have that. We have that in the. Yeah, we have this one, permanent blessing from the deity, Langs with all coins, but maybe bonus item. Bonus item may be found while mining. Permanent, it cannot be permanent. Temporary blessing from the deity. This can be a small buffs to stats or skills. This thing may be bonus item find while mining. I think it's kind of interesting to me. But then it should not be under religious, right? It should be under crafting and manufacturing, no? I think this idea of bonus drops of random stuff, it's not bad. I think I like it. This bonus items to be found while mining, bonus drop from harvesting, but I don't know if he's under religious services though. I think he's under. City can give a special bonus. I prefer a bonus who stay with me wherever I move, whenever I like, if I move the lot. I understand. Well, in that case, we can have maybe two things, right? So there could be a blessing from the, city that you activate, right? In the city, like if there is a religious temple, you go to the temple, you get the blessing. And then the blessing stays with you, right? So that's another way to do it. So you get blessed in the temple and then you can go for a certain amount of time, right? That is a possibility as well. I think these bonus items found while mining, I think it doesn't really make sense under religion, right? I think it makes more sense. I think it makes more sense here for mining and here for agriculture. I don't know. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. So you're saying temples. So it's basically this one, right? It's basically this one, but it's not in the area. So there is temporary blessing from the deities about to skill while you stay in the area. Or another idea, that is the one that you said, right, is temporary blessing from the deity you get inside a temple, and the bonus stays with you for a certain amount of time, right? So now the annoyance of the second version, Hula, that is the one that you prefer, is that you will have to go back to the temple, right, to actually get the blessing. But I think it makes more sense actually RP wise, right? Instead of having a blessing on the land, I mean, it could be a blessing on the land, but it's a blessing that you get from a temple and then you bring it with you, right? You bring it around with you. Faster regeneration from temple. Faster regeneration, we have a... You can open this file, by the way, if you want. Faster regeneration, we have it. Where do we have it? We don't have it. I think in hospitality services. Yeah, this one. +5 health mana regeneration for 15 minutes after rest, right? I mean, it can be the same with religion, but I think everything that is like regeneration of, well, it can be both, right? It can be also under religion, yes. I think it can be something like that. Access to unique healing rituals or blessing that persist for an hour outside the city. Yeah, this is exactly what Hula just said. Divine events can occur, miracles, divine NPC, rare holy items or quests become available. You have a potion for it. Yeah, exactly. There are potions. We will have to see if these are not overlapping, right? But anyway, you don't have to pay for the potion. You have it automatically for free, right? So it's like a bonus. You have it for free. You don't have to buy the potion. So, which I think is anyway nice. Education and knowledge. Oh, look at that. He also put the icon. Look, he also put a nice icon next to it. Research crafting item reduced slightly. Yes, we said that already. Minor XP bonuses, we said that already. Unlock advanced skill training and role-related quests. Passive boost to XP gain. Well, also what we said that the cost, yeah, making training stats cheaper, right? Yes, we said that. Food and agriculture, food and drink effect lasts longer, better food available. Increased passive health mana, stamina regeneration in the city, rare cooking ingredients unlocked. Rare cooking ingredients unlocked. Well, that is not very easy to do. City abundance draws rare beast and visitor buff extend to nearby wilderness minus survival bonus. Okay. Okay, give me additional ones. Give me additional ones. Infrastructure and trade. Increase the city defense. Stronger city guard or fortification. Reduce chance of enemy raids or NPC invasions. So this one actually is connected to what I'm already doing, right? So we decided that certain certain assets that you want to build require a certain city tier. So players from the city get early access to rare goods before outsiders. Market priority. I mean, we have this faction thingy. I don't know if the faction requirements could be lower, but I think it's risky. If we lower the faction requirements, we may screw up all our other functionality, right? So I would prefer to avoid that. Reduce crafting time, we said that already. Temporary buff on food and drinks, we said it already. Local fame, player get recognized by NPC, unlocking unique dialogues and minor perks. Well rested XP bonus, login at the city give rested XP bonus. More frequent special event. It's strange that in these suggestions it didn't put anything about combat, right? It didn't put anything about combat at all. Custom sigil logo. Player can brand crafter gear made in the city. That's a cool one. That's a cool one, but it's not very easy to do. I mean, one day we will have decals on your armor and on your clogs, you know, on your shields. We will have some symbols that you could put there, like your guild symbol or something, but and they can also be the city one, but I don't think the players are really interested to have a city logo, right, of Idla. I don't know. I don't think I don't think the players identify themselves with a city. They identify themselves with a race, right? And may identify themselves with a profession, right? Like if you are an apprentice, red wizard, or whatever, right? So I don't think that the city is actually a belonging, right? Yeah, you may be born there, but I don't feel that too much. Bulk production order. Efficient crafting allows for mass order with bonus yields. Nah. Well, what it's saying is basically faster crafting that we have already, right? You have a potion for it and spells. Yes, there is also a spell for relaxing sleep, right? Relaxing sleep, but it can give you maybe not all players have relaxing sleep, right? But it's true. We have to check when we do this. We have to be sure that we don't overdo it, right? With we don't destroy the spell, right? So we need to check the overlap with relaxing sleep spell, right? So we don't want to basically nullify the spell usage, even if, you know, relaxing sleep, maybe you use it outside of the city, right? So maybe in the area you get the city bonus, and when you are like in a cave you use the relaxing sleep. So it may still have its benefit, right? Its usage, I mean. Relaxing sleep is one of the first Azure spells, yeah. I mean, you're saying that everyone gets it, or everyone goes Azure. Maybe not everyone goes Azure, I don't know. But probably, yes, one way or another, people are testing all the quests, so. Yeah, we have to check that overlap, yes. NPC order system. Player get daily commission from city residents. Make 5 shields. Yeah, we said that already. Construction project. Unlock visible upgrade in the city. Yeah, this will be fantastic. This I really would like to have it, but it's so hard. Right? So it will be very nice if we could have, you know, when a city gets upgraded, it gets, I don't know, flags of the city on the towers. Maybe the city walls are higher. I don't know. Maybe the taverns are bigger. But, you know, imagine what it means to do that, right? 3D models and everything, right? So in space, I mean, it's very hard to do. I mean, it would be fantastic, but it's very hard to do. For me, it's very hard to do. So it's a very nice idea, but I mean, if he's only placing like flags here or there in the city, I think it's doable. But I think that would be not good enough, right? Divine protection buff. When attack near temple, small divine war shield shields the player once per day. Small divine ward shields the player once per day. Well, I mean, it's another type of blessing, right? So it's a blessing that basically puts a spell on you that the first hit is absorbed, right? So it's basically just another spell at the end. Like absorb first incoming attack every 2 hours. I don't know, something like that. I mean, it may not be much, but depending, right? Because if you are fighting a very big creature that is like, you know, one hit, you know, removes like 50% of your health, then I think that under religious service we can put something for combat, right? I mean, I see that there are no, I don't know why there are no, it didn't give any combat. I think I will ask the question again with combat and magic, right? Reduced XP gear loss on death when recently blessed. Yeah, exactly. This we have it already. Is the Death Realm reduction thing. Player can receive random Lord Living Clue or future quest in? No. Player aligned with City Fate can get unique items on Mount of Skins. This is a good one actually. That certain beasts. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Should be under hospitality or should be where? Or under trade? It could be both actually. So we can have additional beasts to be both, right? Which basically for us means Rivnak skin, right? Rivna skin or Yulbal skin, you know. So basically additional skins that are available from Beastmasters. I need to create Beastmasters, guys. I really want Beastmasters. I absolutely want Beastmasters in the cities, right? So someone that is selling animals. I mean, we can put one in Delver, for example, right? But I want you to be able to buy different beasts. Yeah, I think this one is a very good one, and we could have it under trade, but we probably also can have it under hospitality, right? Anyway, let's put it here. That is a very good one. I think this one I really like. Light is saying being able to rest outside to helps RP, hermit chair, hermit character, and remember it's being useful to other game like his shit. Useful. The poll. How is the poll going at the moment? Majority of the people are saying yes in taverns and outdoors. Okay, which is also what I was thinking myself, but maybe you have a different bonus, but education and knowledge, scroll copying, duplicate certain skill books, maps or spell for a fee. Oh wow. I mean, we will have book copy in the future. I'm sure we will have it, right? We will have book copy in the future. The only problem is if we want to make this a special service that exists only when the city is boosted, I don't see it too much, right? So why? I mean, a librarian can still copy a book even if the city is basic, right? So I don't feel it should be linked to the city evolution. I mean, I like the functionality and I already thought about adding it in the past, but it's not, should not be related to the city evolution, I think. Lore unlock, hidden histories, secret places. Academy favors, scholar offer temporary companions. Well, companions we have it already before, right? Puzzle dungeons, higher tier unlock hidden crane trials or riddles to the city lore. Feast buffs, bloodfeast feast given. Mount breeding, players can breed or upgrade mounts tied to form quality. Yeah, the mount upgrades, we never really worked a lot on mount upgrades because it's hard to make all the models and stuff, but it's something that I would like to have for sure in the future. I would like to have mount upgrades, and but again, are mount upgrades related to the city tiers? I don't think so. I don't think it's a great idea. I think the mount should upgrade anyway, right? Even if the city is not a... Because I want the city upgrade to give you a boost, but not to give you a completely new functionality, right? Because I want the main functionality of the game to be available anyway, right? Even if you don't boost the city. I don't want to force you to boost the city to get a core feature of the game, right? I don't want that. I want you to boost the city to get some bonuses, right? Just for fun. And then the city assets is a completely different discussion because the city assets are needed for survival. But that's another chapter, right, that we will open in the future. Trade food buffs. Player who bring food to the city and others can trade for exotic goods. Can trade for exotic goods. You mean that there is a merchant that before was not there? There is a merchant that accepts a different currency and exists only in the boosted cities. The concept is not bad, but I don't know what that merchant will give you, right? Yes and no. Citizen recover from disease, poison, or fatigue faster due to quality diet. I mean, a cure from disease, poison... A cure from disease and poison we could have. We could even have an immunity to poison, but again, I think it should be a blessing, right? I think it can be part of the blessing. I think it can be part of the... So I think here we can have a blessing for blessing with resistance or immunity. Immunity seems to be too much, but anyway, it's temporary, right? So it's a temporary blessing with resistance or immunity to disease, poisons. Disease and poison, right? I don't think we have anything else. I think we should make poison stronger, by the way. All cities give the same boost. Well, there is a note here at the top. In theory, the bonuses should be different by city. But for now, let's start with one set. So I think it would be very nice that different city provide different bonuses. I think it would be very, very nice. but it's already complex to create one set, right? If I'm thinking now I have to create 5 sets of bonuses, is really too much, right? It's a bit overwhelming. So let's start with one and let's see. Because the benefit is that the cities are around the map, right? So you will, you know, you do it in Ojaveda, you cover this area. You do it in Raurim, you cover this area. You do it in Idla, you cover this area. You do it in Olmsted, you cover this area. You do it in Amneder, you cover this area, right? You do it in Gog, you cover this area. So pretty much, right? Depending on which city you boost a different part of the territory, right? And my feeling is that people will boost only one city. And that city probably is Idla, right? Just because there are more people there. So I think even if I put the same functionality in Amneder, right? I think it's unlikely, at least with the number of players that we have at the moment, that people will go and boost Amneder, right? So I don't think anyone will do it. I think everyone will decide to boost one city. Maybe Gug, Idla, Oja, just because they are very characterized, right? They are very special for the races. So maybe Gug, Idla, Oja, maybe these 3, but I think people will boost one city. This is also why I want to do one set of boosts, right? But we could say, for example, right? We could say that Hydla, right, can be boosted up to tier 3 in infrastructure, but maybe only tier 2 on agriculture, right? Or tier 1 on agriculture, because it's mainly an industrial city. While Ojaveda maybe can go to tier 3 for agriculture, right? So if we do it this way, that certain city can be boosted at different tiers, so have a maximum tier, then there will be a difference between the cities. That could be interesting. It could be interesting. Certain resources can only be harvested mined near one city. Well, that's already the case. We already have it this way. I mean, maybe it's not super evident to you, but we distributed the plants, right, to be different between the areas. So you will find certain plants around Hydla, but you will not find them. You will not find other plants, right? So to find certain plants, you really have to go in another place. And it's the same with mining, right? With mining, to find, I don't know, platinum or lumium, you have to go in different places. So it's already like that. Ah, you mean the motivation? Ah, okay. Sorry, I didn't get what you were saying. You mean the motivation to boost more than one city? Yes, that's true. That's very true, yes. Yes, if we give bonuses... Yes, if we give, like, for example, Gug, maybe he has some special mines. And you may want to boost the city... yes, that's very true. That's very true, and it's true for plants. I mean, if we give bonuses, right? If we give bonuses to, like we said, agriculture, right? We said reduce harvesting time. You may say, fuck it, instead of spending that much time harvesting, I'm just boosting the city, and then I harvest enough of the time, right? Or I get double the materials, right? Which is pretty much the same. Yeah, increase harvesting amounts, right? So maybe at tier 1 you have a reduced harvesting time, right? Maybe this should be the opposite, right? So reduced harvesting time is tier 1, and tier 2 you have reduced harvesting time plus additional amounts, right? Maybe you get 2 or 3 of those items. And at tier 3, you get reduced harvesting time, increased quality, and increased number, right? So if you're at tier 3, you are harvesting like a boss. And so it's probably easier to keep the agriculture of that city boosted. And yes, and if we have the materials, if we have the plants like we have now, and this is why I think it should be a circle around the city, right? Because if you only have the city, it makes no sense for agriculture and other stuff, right? If I do it like this, it's very, very, very bad, right? Is useless. But if I do it like this, then all the mines, right? All the mines, all the plants, right? And everything that is in that range is getting a boost. Which I think is very nice. And roleplay wise is because that area is better irrigated, he has better fertilizers, he has better ground, you know, better soil, he has more people taking care of it, right? Because you boosted the agriculture of the city. So I think RP wise also makes sense, right? It's like a more rich area. Yeah, that's the same question. That's the same question that Hula asked yesterday about the bronze door. I think it's a very good question, but I don't know. I am 50-50 on that. And the reason I'm 50-50 is what I explained yesterday, which is the right side of the screen, right, is to build items like barricades and other stuff that will be used in the future, so it's not something that will happen soon, but in the future to actually counter the invasions from the labyrinths, right? And so the idea is that in the cities that create this theoretical line of defense, which is this green line, right? This theoretical line of defense against what comes out of the bronze doors, or I mean, it's not just the bronze doors. There can be, you know, cracks. There can be cracks here and there in the wall where monsters are coming out, right? The bronze door is more of a symbol of that, but they can be underground caves, right, where monsters come out and such, right? So, but to say that from this area, which is connected to the labyrinths and to the surface potentially, there is stuff coming out, right? And what we want these cities to be the defensive line against what is coming from the bronze doors, right? And so if we now say, oh, now you can produce directly here. I don't know, but maybe yes. That is a bit too far from what I'm thinking now, so I don't know yet, right? But I would say maybe yes. Maybe it will be a smaller one, right? Because it's not really a city, but and maybe there will not be all the categories, right? Maybe there will be places that have a reduced number of categories, right? Maybe there will be places with only infrastructure, right? And only hospitality, right? And maybe agriculture is not there, education is not there, maybe crafting is there, right? Maybe crafting is there, I don't know. Maybe fate, depends. Maybe there is no fate. Maybe there are only 3 categories, right, in the bronze doors. That's possible. That's possible. That's possible. But yeah, it's something we have to think about, but I don't know yet. Okay. Can you give me more ideas this time? This time thinking to combat and magic. More ideas thinking to combat and magic. Combat and magic, infrastructure and trade, cooldowns for item use, potions and scrolls reduced by 10% while in the city. Cooldowns for item use. Well, I think that's very unrealistic though. I mean, like you are swinging your sword, you know, in 2 seconds. And now, since you have a better infrastructure, you're swinging your sword in 1.5 seconds. I mean, I think it's very bad. I mean, it sounds completely stupid. No, I think it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Players can teleport from the city or nearby battlefront to dungeon 1 per day. Yeah, this one, I think we have it in the... we have it in the pterosaur. Scroll for teleporting back to the city. That's not a bad idea. What is the roleplay explanation of it though? I like it. But what is the roleplay explanation of that? So I boost what? I boost religion. What do I boost to get the teleport? And what is the I mean, like the city as a mystical stone that is like attracting whatever. As a mystical stone of magic that allows you to teleport, but what they give you? They give you a ring, they give you what? There is a ring of city teleport, there is a scroll, I mean they give you scrolls, I mean what is the roleplay explanation? How does it work? I like it, but I don't know how does it work. Everland speed increase due to better road, yeah Yoko is here already. Is here, improve the movement in areas surrounding the city by 20% and 30% while mounted, as an example. Is already there, yes. I like the teleport to the city back. I really like it, but it must have a reasonable explanation. It cannot be just a dumb teleport, right? There should be something. There should be something. Make terror signal whistle to call you an air taxi back to the city. Wow. So like you can call. Wow, a personal pterosaur just for you sounds a bit sounds kind of a lot though. I mean the city is buying like 50 pterosaurs to just you know, fly over the surrounding areas, and every time a player whistles, the pterosaur is available, it goes to you and it brings you back. Wow, I mean that's a lot of money spent. That's a lot of money. I mean I prefer like a magical scroll, but or we can have beams of we can have magical beams somewhere around the city that are created only when the religion tier is high enough, right? So if this is the city, we can have like magical things that appear around the city where you can teleport back. But It sounds a bit like the Waystone of Diablo, and I don't know if it's in line with our game. I mean, it's a bit too much action RPG, right? I like the idea, though. I think it would be very useful. I think people will love it, players will love it. But it must be in our world somehow. There must be something that makes sense for our world, right? Because, you know, the problem is that you can say, oh, it's a spell, right? But okay, if it's a spell, then everyone has it anyway, even if the city is not boosted, right? So if there is a spell that can teleport you easily, and the spell exists, I mean, everyone will use it anyway, right? If there are portals that keep the invasion from happening via the portal. Yeah, I mean, they can be like these blue thingies, right? They can be portals all around, but I mean, I like the Pterosaur idea, right? So, but you know what we could do, but it's not very easy to do. But you know what we could do? We could actually have... Uh-oh, I lost my head. Look at that. Wow. So we could actually have the Pterosaur flying. But you know, not 50 of them, but like 2 of them, right? So the city is actually buying 2 pterosaurs that are patrolling the city area. I mean the outside of the city area, and you can see them in the sky sometimes. And they go around, right? They go around. So you can see them sometimes in the sky. And if you see him in the sky, and if you call him, then yes, he will come to you and will bring you to the city. But I don't think it should be instant, right? I don't think it should be like automatically from any area. There are so many pterosaurs that you get an instant taxi back to the city. That would be cool, though. I think now that I think about it, I really want to do it. Do we have a fly animation for the pterosaurs? I think we have. No? If we don't, I don't think it's too hard to make. I think like this could make sense because it's the city boosting, right? So you are boosting the city, so the city has more money, the city has more resources. And so the city can invest in 2 pterosaurs that are just, you know, flying over the area sometimes. And I can cheat, right? I can cheat. You don't know, but I can cheat. So I can basically track players, and I can make a pterosaur appear on your head sometimes, right? Randomly. You will think that the pterosaur is actually moving around the territory, but it's not, right? It's just randomly appearing above you. I'm sorry to spoil the trick, but I think I will do it this way at the end, right? So I'm sure that you get it reasonably often, right? Because otherwise you can be unlucky and you never see this freaking thing and it becomes completely useless, right? So it will look real, but in reality it's just generated upon your head, right? of a randomly chosen player in the area every X amount of minutes, right? That would be very nice. Pterosaur. Pterosaur. We even have a takeoff. Well, it's very basic, but we have a takeoff. You see that he's like pushing up, right? You see that he's pushing up. I think it's not bad actually. Now that I see it, it's a bit too fast maybe, but like these wings are moving. A bit, the first part is really too fast. It looks unnatural, right? The way it does this flap. But we can add one more flap. But I like the push. I like the push of the feet and everything. It's not too bad. But do we have a fly or not? Yeah, we have a fly actually. Yeah, we have a fly. Hello, who joined? Hello, Javi. Hey, thank you for the subscription on Prime. Hey, thank you, thank you. Wig seems to grow. Well, it's because is unfolding them, right? Because he's unfolding them a bit. I don't like the feet here. The feet are pretty bad, and the tail is super bad. You cannot do this all the time, right? So we have to change the feet and we have to change the tail in this fly animation. But anyway, we have a fly animation. It's better than nothing. I mean, when he's flying like this, he should have his head. He should have his head way forward, right? And he should have his tail just moving slightly, right? Like if there is wind. So you should move this very slightly up and down, very little up and down. And the head actually should be forward, right? And should be like this with the ears here, right? It cannot stay. I mean, if he's flying, you cannot put that much wind resistance keeping his head up, right? So it should be more like this, but we can change it. At the moment this fly animation is pretty stupid. I mean, the wings are not bad, but yeah, I think you never seen probably the wings open, right? You always seen the wings folded, and so they seem very big to you, but actually this is what they are. That is the sides of the wings, because anyway they have to carry all this body plus maybe a rider, right? So we also have an attack animation. No, that is if he's getting attacked, I guess. We have an attack animation, we have a run animation. It's just him running faster, but yeah. These are pretty bad animations, unfortunately. We can commission the updates of the animations. We can commission them in case and improve them. We also have a die animation. I think we never seen it, but this one is not. I think this one didn't render properly. I think there is something bad with the import. I think it was better than this. It was really going down to the ground. I think this has not been imported properly. But anyway, yeah, I think we can say yes, okay? We can say yes. It's a bit of work because I will have to basically create a temporary NPC on the sky that flies around you for a bit. And I will have then to create what? A new function where you can call him? I mean, how do you call him actually? Make the items to call them expensive and only available at certain tier. Yes. I think it's a good idea actually. So we could add, so it's a combination, right? So this would be like a tier 3 probably. I think infrastructure seems the best one at the moment, but so what we are saying is that we have because we already said additional pterosaur locations, right? So basically these were locations going out, right? So it is from city to new places. But then what we are saying that we want pterosaurs. So we want random pterosaurs flying over players in the city outdoors randomly, that can be called by a special item. Yeah, but what is the special item? You buy. It sounds a bit fake though. I understand the purpose, right? So that people buy it. But what is the roleplay explanation of it? I mean, you give him food, but I mean, they come down. I mean, they fly in the sky, and you give them a special fruit. That is the only reason. I mean, so then it means that he's not trained, right? So that he's not trained at all. I think you have to pay the city for it. I think you have to buy like tickets up front. I don't know. Like they recognize you, but is the pterosaur smart enough to know if you have a ticket? Sound or light signal of the guild? Yeah, but if it's a sound or light signal of the guild, then we don't have the money sink, right? You were saying we need a kind of a money sink for using the service, which I like. I like a money sink for using this service, but they don't come with a pilot? No, I don't think so. Well, they could. Yeah, they could be a pilot actually. I was thinking no. I was thinking that they are just free beasts and they are but yeah, maybe the pilot is also patrolling the area, right, for potential threats. And so yes, there is a okay, let's say there is a pilot. It's so much easier. So you basically pay the pilot. It's so much easier. Because any other explanation is more complex. Random pterosaurs flying over players in city outdoor can be called not by special item. They can be called. I mean, if you want, we can also have a special item to call them, but then you will have to pay anyway the ride. They can be called by. I mean, it's fine. We can have a special item. A special item. There can be a special flute or how do you call it? Like a kazoo? I don't know. Like a. We will invent something, right? They have a rider. They have a rider that requires payment. They have a rider that requires payment, but. Where they can bring you anywhere, or they can bring you only back to the city. Like you say to this guy, oh, bring me to Ojavera. No, I think they can only bring you to the city. No, they can only bring you to the city, because they anyway are paid to stay around the city. They can bring you only to the city. Right? Yes. A flare. A flare. Do we have a flare in our world? I mean, do we have... We don't have gunpowder. We don't have gunpowder in our world. A flare... Well, it can be a magic one, but yeah. I don't know. I can add flare here and we will think about it, okay? Flare signal. We have alchemist fire. Okay. Yeah, through alchemy. Yeah, maybe yes. I mean, it would be a bit weird to just shoot something in the sky for, but... you can call him, right? You can say, hello! Hello! You can just scream and... Do you think he will listen? Depends on the height. I mean, if he's flying very high or not. Anyway, I want to add random animals crossing the streets or whatever, or going out, I mean, or walking outside. So this will be an extension of the... This will be an extension of the random animals. The only problem is that you need to be able to stop him, right? I think many of the things that we have in this table require a specific development. So any of these lines is pretty much another mini game or another mini feature, right? Because also additional beasts, right? Additional beasts to be bought, like Rivna skin, Yuba skin, etc., right? This needs anyway at least an NPC. They can sell that, right? There can be a location. I need to have a system to choose the skins. I don't think the pilot will land for just anyone calling. Okay, I see. Yeah, the flare signal is good because it's consumable, right? And so you have a certain number of them, and so is a money sink again. So you're basically paying for comfort, right? Instead of going back home manually, you... The problem is the range, right? Is it worth it? Because if we make... Depends how big is the circle, right? Because if the circle is... If the circle is like this, right? You say, oh fuck, I have all this nice functionality about calling pterosaurs, but I have to spend, you know, 10,000 or 5,000 gold to create the potion, the flare, and then, you know, it takes me like 2 minutes by walking. So I think that the range makes a lot of difference here, right? The range makes a lot of difference. And by the way, the range can also overlap. Well, no, it cannot. I mean, it can for the pterosaurs, but it cannot for the other features. Yeah. So, that's a good point. I don't know. We have to think if it's worth it, right? Because if it's not worth it, we develop something and then no one uses it, and okay, it's still fun to develop it. But I would like to develop something that is actually meaningful to people, right? I think that the teleport was a bit better because you could use it from inside a dungeon, for example, right? So you are like at the end of a dungeon and you just use the teleport back to the city, but maybe that's too powerful, right? Another thing that we can say, maybe one thing that we can say is that it can bring you to the city or to a nearby city. or nearby city, right? With a question mark, because if he's a nearby city, then it starts to be interesting, right? Because if you are in Ojaveda, if you are on this side of Ojaveda, right? If you are here in the desert, right? And the nearby city is Idla, then it starts to be very good. Very good, because there is like a, I mean, not a 10-minute walk, no, but it's like a 5-6 minute walk, right? And if you can skip it with 2,000 gold, then yeah, gonna do it, right? But if I can skip only from here to here, and here is like 1 minute, I don't even bother, right? I don't even bother to do it, because I have to go buy the flare, wait the Pterosaur to show up, then he's not showing up, you know? It becomes so annoying. So yeah, I think it should be nearby city. Or maybe it can be anywhere, depending how much you pay. Right? Like maybe it can bring you anywhere, as long as, like, maybe here is 2k, right? And here is 5k. Because anyway, you don't have the way back, right? Unless the other city is boosted, you don't have the way back, so you go only once, right? So, and yeah, maybe it should be everywhere. Maybe it should be everywhere. Should be everywhere with different cost. Yeah, I think it would make it meaningful, because otherwise it's not meaningful. I think otherwise it's not meaningful, because the range is too short. I think they can bring you anywhere, or anyway, it can bring you to defined locations. I mean, it will always be defined locations, right? Like cities and defined locations for increasing price, for price based on distance, something like that. Price based on distance. But it's kind of cool, because if you have a city, right? If you have a city that is boosted, you have this additional service, right? Which is nice. And it's exactly what the boost of the city should be. It should be an additional service that you get in an area around the city. And I think it would be nice anyway to see pterosaurs flying. Maybe the pterosaurs can also be special. I mean, have names, right? I think pterosaurs should have names. And maybe be always the same ones, or no? And the pilots, well, I mean, we can generate random names, but I don't know if I want to have a random name of pilots and pterosaur, or have, I don't know, that maybe is going too far, but like finding the same taxi driver 2 times, right? By the way, I still don't understand why we have this. Why we have this thing? No idea. It doesn't move. I mean, it's kind of nice, but it's a balloon. It's a balloon ship. Okay. Okay, good. This was a good one, though. I think this is a good one. It's a bit hard to implement, but the static one have names and pilot. Yeah, I think it would be better to have, like, you can also speak with the NPC, maybe. So it's a real NPC that lives only on the pterosaur, right? Or we can pick up a random guard We can pick up a random guard from the city and have him fly for a bit and then come back. I don't know, but that starts to be too difficult for me to develop. But it would be cool. But no, I think you will have different NPC just for flying Terzos. Now the problem is it different from city to city? Probably yes. So every city should have its own pilots. Ojavera, it should be cat people. And so I need to do it by city. A new NPC for every city. I don't know. I will think about it. Maybe at the beginning will not even be the pilot. I don't know. We will see. But anyway, I think that the mechanic is good. The mechanic is good. I like the mechanic. I think is an interesting mechanic and we can really use it. I don't know when I will develop it, but we started from this. Player can teleport from city to city. Reinforced armories. City-specific gear gains durability, resistance, bonus PvP, or siege defense. Well... no, I mean... I don't know what to say. I mean, no, I mean, what is the... Huh? What is this something that we don't have already? Like we said, specific buffs and to stats or skills, or so is already like this. Durability, meaning the stuff doesn't decay, doesn't consume. I think it's also hard to measure, and why your armor is not consuming. No, I think it makes no sense. Combat logistics, bonus to carry weight or increased ammo quiver capacity. I mean, it is nice, but it doesn't have any RP explanation, and so automatically is a no. It doesn't have any roleplay explanation. I mean, that you can carry more. It would be nice, I would say, it would be nice that you can carry more. But it makes no sense, right? That you boost the city and you can carry more. I mean, the fact that you can move faster is because it's the terrain and the roads are better, right? Now they are not visually better. Unfortunately, I cannot change all the roads when you upgrade from one tier to the other. I would like to, but let's say RP wise, we will think that if you move faster is because you have better terrain, right? But carrying more weight, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So I would say. Now, one thing that we could have about quiver capacity is that the city is deploying somewhere resupply stations around the city, right? So, which is the same as the portals before, right? So they may say, oh, all around the city we have small resupply stations, like small outposts or shops or whatever, right? That they appear only if the infrastructure tier is 3, and there you can buy potions, arrows, whatever. But do we want to do that? I don't know. That could be meaningful. That could be an idea. What do you think about it, guys? Like food, like you can have food for your mount, right? So that basically it helps with carry capacity, because instead of carrying those items yourself, you know that you have additional stations around the land, around the city, where you can buy those things. Now, we need to make those things useful, right? And today they are not really, because our game is kind of imbalanced in that sense. But if we tighten a bit the rules, you know, like on food for the mounts and stamina and all of that, you know, and we make it more correct. Today is a bit broken, but if we make it more correct, then having resupply stations could be very, very good. Because I don't know, let's put it as an idea. I think it is just an idea dump at the moment, right? So this is not what it will be. It is just ideas, and then we will select a few. But I think that I don't know under which, but probably again infrastructure, right? So it could be resupply stations deployed around the city. Now there should be also an NPC, but potentially with an NPC, right? To buy like food, arrows. I don't know what we are consuming. We don't consume enough in this game, right? We don't consume enough. But anyway, food, arrows, potions. I think we need to make the usage of food and potions more meaningful in the game. I think at the moment it's not meaningful enough. It's not. I mean, our game is not tuned, right? It's never been, actually. I mean, we tried, and somehow it is with combat, right? Combat is kind of tuned, not perfectly, but let's say there are definitely stronger monsters, and you have stronger weapons, stronger armor, stronger. So that is kind of okay, but like food and stamina and all of that, I think is very broken at the moment. But if we make it a bit better, this could be an idea. Hospitality services. After resting, player gain battle readiness. While near entertainment district, small aura to boost alike confidence. An entertainment district. I mean, you mean bitches or you mean what? What? No, you mean music, obviously. Ah, okay, music. Small aura to boost allies' confidence. We don't really have a morale, right? We don't have. But at the end is another boost, right? Is another boost for of a stat. I mean, it's the same thing that we said already 20 times. So I don't see it very. I like this idea of an entertainment district, but so like if you have hospitality service tier 3, you have bards in the taverns. And jesters. That would be very nice. That would be very nice. I already wanted to have it with some generated event, so I was thinking to generated events Bards in Tavern already long time ago, and actually I even did the script, right? The demo script that I have for generated event is exactly that. Is a bard in a town. You see? Start show. show idle, right? So this was starting a show. So basically the NPC was coming in, was saying something, was saying like, welcome to my show, right? And then he was greeting the people, and then he was actually starting the show, which was which was this, and then in theory he would play something, right? Or he would say something. So I think that having bards in tavern and jesters generated event, I think is a very good one. I think it's a very good one, and we should do it. I think we should do it now. I think it would be nice to have it also if you don't boost the city. But I think if you boost the city, it can be more frequent and more evident. And I think it would be nice in general if you have more NPC in a city that is boosted. More random NPC walking by, right? We don't really have the concept of villagers, but we really need it. We really need villagers around cities that are just randomly generated NPC that walk around, right? Like in Assassin's Creed when you go around the streets, right? So that is so nice. That is so nice. But it's so hard to do. Like the one in Florence, right? Is the one that I remember because it was in Italy. Because it was in Italy. What was the 10 years ago? Wow, 10 years ago. Yeah, these people. No, wait. Now this guy is comparing the real city and the one in oh wow, there's so many people here. Holy shit. But yeah, basically these people, right? These people are not real NPC. I mean, they are not full NPCs, but they are still villagers that walk around the city, right? And it is something that we absolutely need. I mean, random generated NPC with random names, random dialogues, so even simple ones, right? Random look. Obviously, we need a bit more. Customization for the clothes and stuff, right? So we will have to add. Yeah, we will have to add more clothes. Otherwise, it will all look the same, which is a problem. But yeah, but that we cannot do now, right? We cannot do now. It's too complex. But I'm just saying that it would be nice if the city is bigger. So if he has more infrastructure, more hospitality, more religion service, more education, to see more people on the streets. I think that would be very, 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 very nice. But this is like a feature itself, huh? It's like developing another game, my boys. It's like developing another game. I mean, we can still think about it, right? One piece at a time, we can do everything, but one piece at a time, we can do everything. But obviously, we need to choose our battles, right? Because I only have one life. That's the problem. If they gave me like 7 or 9 lives, that would be easier. But with one life, I can do that much. Unless you help me. Okay. Okay. Reduce time to heal wounds and recover from magic fatigue while inside the city. Yeah, we already said that. Special tavern fight clubs unlocks. Holy moly. Sometimes ChatGPT is having some crazy ideas, really. Special tavern fight clubs unlocks with unique combat techniques. Well, that's too hard to build, but non-lethal mini PvP. I mean, we could have an arm wrestling mini game, right? But that would be outside of this. I think an arm wrestling mini game would be very nice, actually. Between players based on strength and based on a bit of a clicky and ability. I think that would be pretty cool, actually. I can put it in the mini games backlog, but I think it would be very nice. Does any game ever have that? How do you call it? Strength. How do you? In Italian we call it braccio di ferro, which means iron fist. Arm wrestling. Okay, you call it arm wrestling. Is there any MMO with arm wrestling mini game? Can we be the first MMO to have an arm wrestling mini game? There is an arm wrestling simulator. Outlast. There is. Fuck. There is. There is. There is. Ah, yes, like a mini game like this, right? Like you have to catch the right. Maybe your strength gives you a bonus, and then you have to catch a specific. Yeah, exactly. This was exactly I was thinking about it. Right? It becomes harder and harder, and you go left or right. And it is actually very nice. That is actually very nice. Very, very, very nice. I can put it in the backlog. I know whenever we will do it, but I think it's cool. I like it. It's very medieval. I mean, it would be nice if you could do it with an NPC, right, in a tavern. I think we will have. I think I will open a chapter of mini games versus NPC in taverns, like playing dice, playing cards. I think I need to do that. I think it would be very fun. I think it would be very, 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 very fun. Very, very fun. Okay, 1 second. Let me record this idea because I think it's a good idea. Pam 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 pam. Wonder Boy. Sorry, I'm just searching a file. Okay, I found it. We don't have enough space in this file though. Oh my god. We don't have enough space. Well, I can create a space maybe, but can I remove let me remove this because or anyway, let me put it down a bit. Yeah, there are a number of items here that I wanted to check, but I actually never checked. This create accounting game, I think, is... Well, I can keep it as an idea, but... Okay, now we have space. Now we have space. Tavern mini games, dices, cards, arm wrestling versus player or NPC. I think it will be very nice. I think it would be very nice. I think it would be very nice. I want to do it. But anyway. So if we have mini games, can we say that you can gain more money if you have a boosted city? More money or increased cap, increased cap for tavern mini games, increase the cap for tavern mini games bets, right? So that would be nice, right? So if your city is more evoluted and there is more people and there is more money in the city, maybe we can raise the cap, right, of betting of NPC. So if an NPC is able to bet on dices and is able to play dices with you, which I think is something that I really want to do. Cards, I don't know, because we don't have cards, but we can create them easily, right? We can have the Yankee card, the Crown card. I mean, we can do it. So, but then we need to develop a card game, which is, you know, takes a bit of time. But yeah, I think that the benefit of the city could be an increased cap in the bets, so that more money, right? More money is more money involved, right? It's not that you are winning more, but that you are raising the maximum cap. Maybe in a small city, the NPC only bet, I don't know, maximum 1,000 coins. In a large city, maybe they bet maximum 10,000 coins, right? Something like that. Right? That is a good idea, I think. We arrived there from this idea. More money to break the economy even more. I mean, depends, because if you lose, you know, depends what is the percentage of winning. Like a roulette, right? A roulette. How much is a roulette? Is a roulette, right? So you can put a roulette. And you have 99% because there is the zero, right? So it's a game where you always lose in the long run. So if now with dices, I don't know exactly how to do it, but I think it's the same reasoning, right? So you have a percentage that the city wins, right? Like there is a dice game, but if you do 2 times 1, you always lose, right? No matter the score with the NPC. So this means that the game is 50-50 excluding the 1-1, right? Excluding 2 times 1 as a result of the dice, right? And that is done already. That is your 0 on the roulette. And so in the long run, in theory, people are losing money. Is it really true? I don't know. Maybe they get very lucky and they have even more money, but I mean, it should always be like that, right? So there is a percentage of loss. I think we can do it. But we can also do it with small money, right? So it's just fun. So that maybe the NPC can only do 1,003 per day or something like that. So that the volumes are low, right? So that we don't break it. Crafting and manufacturing. Enhanced gear templates. Higher tier crafted include minor elemental damage. Okay. Elemental damage. So elemental damage. I'm thinking if there could be something, right, related to the magic ways. Related to the magic ways, and it's late, it's midnight, fuck. It's midnight 15, I have to go, boys. Real life is calling as usual. Let me just read quickly the other ones and then I go. But I don't know, I'm thinking that maybe we can do something here. Custom mod slots. Crafted armor or weapon in the city can gain rune gem slot. Oh my god. Equipment repaired in the city gain temporary combat bonuses. Yeah, for example, an easy one, right, would be a repair without loss for free. But yeah, if city is boosted, you get a free quality repairs. So you get a free repairs. Maybe not always, but for a certain amount. I don't know. Free repairs. I don't know, like Arnquist is repairing stuff for free if it's boosted level 3. I don't know. Save the page. Yeah, it is online, so every time you type is automatically saved. Thank you, Hula, anyway. But there is Google, it's Google Docs, right? And with Google Docs, every time you type is automatically saved, which is fantastic. She's very nice. Let me just read this quickly. Repairing combat dummies. Access to advanced training dummies that simulate elite enemies. Oh wow. Do we want to have bigger enemies in the arena if the city is boosted? Yeah, but not every city has an arena though. But I want to keep it as an idea. I think it's a good idea. But we do it where? Under what? Under education and knowledge? No, under agriculture. We don't have a beast area. We don't have a place for it. Because the arena, there is really no combat in this, right? There is no military. I think I did it a bit by purpose because I wanted the military to actually be the right side of the screen. This, right? But actually, this is for a different purpose. So no, we don't have a section for it, but it would be nice actually. More beasts in the arena. Sanctifying ground. Bonus damage versus undead. I don't think so. Party-wide minor divine shield. I don't think so. Random combat blessing. We said that already. Chance for free resurrection within the city once. Like a shield for the death realm. Save the page. Screenshot. Hula, what are you saying? Why? Which screenshot? What do you want me to screenshot? This thing is saved in ChatGPT forever, right? So I don't have to save it. This thing is saved because I saved it, and whatever I have in Google Docs is saved as well. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to save? Chance for free solution. No. Spell casting on a linear from the city may gain bonus range duration. Access to temporary experimental spell. Experimental spells. Oh my god. Yeah, ChatGPT is keeping. Look, I can go back like 1 year, and fish identification help is still here. What fish is this? Ah, it's the cyclic the Amantia. It's keeping all your. Right, 2024, 2023, let's go back to 2023, right? So we have all the chat that we want. Unlock passive skill gear combat insight, minor time-based effect. What about, I was thinking, when I read insight, I was thinking, what about a screening? How is called the crystal ball, right? You can see like clairvoyance, like a clairvoyance that from the city you can see another place. Oh wow, that would be so cool, and it's also easy to do because for us it's just changing the camera position. I will put it under religion services. I will say clairvoyance from a temple. Clairvoyance from a temple. Which for us, it just means to change the camera, right? It's very, very easy. I can move the camera somewhere and show you the land. I think that's a nice idea. Doesn't mean I will do it, but it's just a nice idea. Minor time-based effect, cooldown reduction, battle speed. Food from the city is stacking bug, we said already. Unlocking green file, we said it already. Access to combat pets or animal, we said it already. City defender receive minus stat boost when defending. Okay, done. Okay, we have some ideas, right? We have some ideas. Let me post the link again in. I worked on this tonight. Many more ideas added. For now, it's just a collection of ideas, not a commitment to choose any of those yet. Still here. Okay guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. It was nice. We made some progress in thinking what it could be, the benefits. I think we have enough ideas. Unfortunately, each of them is pretty much a development, right? So we will have to develop stuff for each of them. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, we are developers at the end, so what do? We develop. It's fine. If you want to help me, go to that link. It's posted in the chat. Think about it. Give me more ideas. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Look at our beautiful world. Look at our beautiful world. Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you again, Javi, for the sub. Thank you.